Hi everyone, JP here with Websites for Beginners. Let's look at vertical tabs. This block is great for easier navigation of your web page, freeing up real estate and improve content layout. The vertical tabs block comes with all the bells and whistles you can expect and then some. Just look at these eye-catching and highly interactive examples, all done within the WordPress editor using the vertical tabs premium block from Qubely. Let's get some hands-on time with this block and see how you can create practical and meaningful content on your web page. Let's bring in our vertical tabs. Go up here to Add Block and then collapse the panels and you will see Qubely appears over here. Click on it and look for the vertical tabs. And as usual, if you cannot find it, simply go here to the search block and type in vertical or just tabs and you will find all the options and click and it will drop it in for you. By default, you get beautiful and great looking presets for vertical tabs that you can begin working on with and you can just build on that. You will see in the options sidebar on the right, you have 5 styles to choose from, very similar to those examples I had showed you in the beginning. So if you click on them, you will see how these presets have been styled and you can jumpstart from here. I really like the default one. I think it's very clean and very businesslike, and that's what I want to do here. I have a few restaurants that I want to promote on the Contact Us page, and what I want to do is have the different locations, and as people click on it, they will get a map to that area, a little bit information about that restaurant, as well as their contact details. Let's just have a quick look at how I bring in more tabs, and that's done here with the plus at the bottom. Simply click on that, add new tab, and there you have one. So if I'm going to change this, I'm going to change it to locations, and let's see, and then this one over here. Right. With this one selected, let's bring in an icon, and that all happens under style. If you go to the options sidebar, click here on style, make sure it is selected vertical tabs, and you will see it appears here at the top. Again, you have styles here, which is thematic styles, and then you can play around here with the menu. Like you see here, we don't need all that menu space here, so we can reduce it a little bit. You can also choose to put it on the right, left, and then you have vertical alignment of your content in the middle and at the bottom and at the top. I'm going to put it at the top. To bring in an icon, look for the navigation icon over here, and then I'm going to just bring an icon here. I'll search for address, and then let's pop that there. And basically, I will use that for all of these. So I will go around and change them. Let's click on the top one and bring in some content first. This is another container, so you can bring in all kinds of blocks here. So let's bring in a heading. I'll just search here for a heading, and we can say here advanced text. And I will say this one is cattle baron. And then over here, some text, I'm just going to leave that. Then we bring in a map, so I'm going to bring in Google, and these are all done with the Qubely ones, and I'll type in here cattle baron Paul, South Africa, and that will bring it in. If I don't see it, there we go, cattle baron. And this is how I will build it out, and maybe some contact details down here, even a price list, but I'll look for list, and I want the icon list so that I can put here the phone number. And I'll just put in some random numbers here. And we'll change the icon for this one. Phone. And work through these guys. So let's delete a few. And then opening hours is from 15 to 19. Well, that's very short. Let's click on the icon and we have this clock. Let's look for a clock. There we go. And that's how you can build it out. Now, the one piece of advice I will give you is like what I'm doing here. I actually want to apply it to all of these, just change the content. And the way I did it now means I'll have to go into each of these tabs separately and do it one by one for them. So what I do is I create a wrapper, a block, and that's very easy, also done with Qubely. So I'll go to the top here, just click here. I can also click here and I will look for the block wrapper from Qubely over here. Just note it comes in with a background color if you get confused later. Then what I do, I go to these guys and I drag them in. So I'll just bring this one down and then drag it into that block wrapper like so. I can also do it like this and then sort them afterwards. And here is my map. Bring that in. Right. What I'll do next is I'll go to the block wrapper and I will duplicate that. So I have 2 of these now. Then I go to the first one, click on the block wrapper, go to the top, and now drag the entire block in here. This is how I will work with this. And then if I go to the next one, which is Stellenbosch, I'll click on this, and then I'll click on the next block wrapper and drag that in. Very simple. Great way to work with it. And now I've styled it very easily. Let's go have a look on the front end, update our work and preview. And there we go. Any customer who comes to your site and they want to know where they can find your various restaurants, they're going to go to the different cities, Parel, Stellenbosch, and then you have to fill out the rest of these guys as well. Let's have a look at a few more styling options before we wrap it up. Go over to Style. Collapse that. You have control over here over your tabs menu, and this is the area that appears over here, and you have a lot of control. Currently it's set on normal, and that's how it appears when it is not selected. Active is the one that you currently see over here. If we want to make changes here, let's say the fill color, change it to that, and then the border color, we make it darker. We can even add a shadow. And we can even add a shadow too. And then just change the text label. Again, make sure you select active. And then we change the color for the text. Over here, we put that on white. And then also for the navigation icon, we will have to change that color to make sure that it matches the rest of what we are doing here. Again, make sure we select active. And look how easy it is styling it out the way you want it to be. After you've done all of this, you also can go back to the layout and simply click here and change the templates and see how that will look on the various ones. But do remember, once you do that, you lose the formatting that you have applied, as these guys will override all the formatting that you had done previously. Like I said at the beginning, you have all the bells and whistles to apply all the styling and spacing that you need for this block to make it look good on your site, and you have to include advanced features such as animation and interaction. Let's just have a quick look at what happens when you go to mobile and tablet display. Let's jump to the front end again, and I'm going to activate my developer mode here. And from here, let's choose Apple iPad first, see how that will look, and I'm just going to drop it like this. Here it's going to stack the tabs. So they will not be adjacent to each other. So when you are designing for your site, keep this in consideration that when it comes to tab, as well as mobile device, to make sure it looks good on responsive displays, you will have to think how many tabs you want to include, as they will be stacked in both mobile and tablet displays. A real great plugin, this vertical tabs is. And that's a wrap. JP signing off. See you in the next video.